I'm a long time deep Bitcoiner back to 2011, early 2011. I love Bitcoin. I appreciate the perspective that Bitcoin is finished and perfect and only should admit necessary changes. And it's a very narrow technology. So I have been on record as saying that I like Ether better. I like Ethereum better. It's a far more capable industry. It's going to be the foundation of the decentralized global economy. Satoshi invented decentralized trust, the most profound form of trust on the planet, and showed us how to operationalize it. Vitalik and others came along and essentially have been building the broad and diversely capable foundations of the next global economy. As a treasury asset, I'd much rather have something that potentially has more impact. It certainly is solid as Bitcoin. I would argue more solid because the functionality that there's organic demand for it because you've got to pay for transactions and storage. You got to stake it. I think I explained one of the things that has partially remedied that. So it's a big unlock that the United States government is wind in our sails. So the SEC is wind in our sails. Stable coins, all the RWAs and that being noticed around the world is wind in our sails. Paul Atkins and Hester Peirce of the SEC's Project Crypto. They called it Project Crypto, which is the project to re-architect the securities industry. Wind in our sails. I was in Frankfurt on Monday, and Javier Perez Tasso, the CEO of Swift, announced that Swift is going blockchain. They're building Swift Ledger. Our company ConsenSys is going to be the main builder and collaborator with Swift on that. And that's a revelation. It is. Swift was a little uncertain about whether it would be embraced by their 11,500 member banks. Be careful about the messaging, but he received a standing ovation in his keynote. And the feedback was enormously positive from banks and central banks. Messages like, thank you for doing this, it's about time. And there's a lot of discussion in Frankfurt that no longer do we think that that DeFi and TradFi should be on parallel rails that shall never meet, or there will be peril. And we're really in this this moment in which it's time to stable coins. That's essentially TradFi on DeFi. DAT companies, TradFi meets DeFi, opens up DeFi to a giant world of huge liquidity in traditional finance. And so Swift is going to turn on the banking industry and enable them to be more comfortable with infrastructure that they provide. In parallel, the DTCC is building their app chain, which is real-time tokenized collateral. They're building it on ConsenSys Ethereum technology. NASDAQ just announced that they are in communication with DTCC and SEC. They're going to tokenize all the equities. They're doing it on ConsenSys Ethereum technology. So we got PVP, we got DVP. Are we in a different paradigm already? Or
블랙록은 어제 평균 10만 달러의 가격으로 4빌리언 달러 상당의 4만 비트코인을 구입했습니다. 비트코인 가격이 떨어질 때마다 블랙록은 계속 비트를 사모으고 있습니다. 그들은 무엇을 하려고 할까요? JP모건이 다음 6개월에서 12개월 안에 비트코인의 가격을 17만 달러로 예측하며 영구 선물의 디레버리징이 끝났고 역사적으로 금에 비해 저평가되어 있으므로 다음 6개월에서 12개월에 상당한 상승 여력이 있다고 예측합니다. 이건 단순 매수가 아니고 기관들의 장기 비전입니다. 디지털 골드로 비트코인을 보는 거죠. 여러분, 기관들이 이렇게 사재기할 때 우리는 장기적 관점을 유지해야 합니다.